They told me it was just old age, but I wasn't ready to give in. My name is Margaret. I'm 72 years old, and I used to believe that losing strength was just part of getting older. I remember one morning, not too long ago, when I struggled to lift a basket of laundry. My arms shook, my knees ached, and I felt fragile. It hit me hard. This wasn't just aging. This was something deeper. That was the first time I heard the word sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass and strength. Doctors say it can steal up to 50% of our muscle by age 80. But here's the truth. Sarcopenia isn't a life sentence, and it certainly doesn't have to define our golden years. Because I found something that changed everything, a group of older adults known as superagers. These men and women, well into their 70s, 80s, and even 90s, defy the odds. They stay strong, mobile, and vibrant, not by luck, but by following a set of powerful, science-backed habits. I'm here to share those habits with you. They include something called hormetic stressors, short bursts of healthy stress like cold showers, intermittent fasting, or even sauna sessions. Then there's strategic protein timing, making sure you're getting 25-30 grams of high-quality protein with every meal. Don't forget vitamin D, which needs to be optimized to keep your muscles and immune system working properly. But the real magic? It's in progressive resistance training. And no, you don't need to live in the gym. Just twice a week of focused strength training can reverse years of decline. These habits don't just build muscle. They reduce inflammation, protect your nerves, boost your energy, and help you stay independent. If you want to stay strong, not just for yourself, but for the people you love, then keep watching. Because it's never too late to rebuild what age tried to take away. The alarming truth about muscle loss in older adults. Let me tell you what I learned after that eye-opening morning when I could barely carry a basket of laundry and felt like my body was slipping away. What I was going through wasn't just getting old. It was a condition that affects millions of older adults, yet so few of us even know its name: sarcopenia. Sarcopenia is the progressive loss of muscle mass, strength, and function as we age. It doesn't happen overnight. It sneaks up on you, slowly making everyday tasks harder, standing from a chair, walking upstairs, carrying groceries. And here's the part that shocked me most. We can lose up to 1% of our muscle mass every year after the age of 50 if we don't take action. By the time we hit 80, some people have lost as much as half their muscle mass. But it's not just about looking frail. Muscle isn't just for movement. It's essential for balance, metabolism, immune function, and even brain health. When we lose muscle, we become more vulnerable to falls, fractures, insulin resistance, and even cognitive decline. In fact, one study I read showed that older adults with low muscle strength were twice as likely to be hospitalized. That really hit me because losing muscle doesn't just take away your strength, it takes away your freedom, your independence, your ability to live life on your own terms. And the scary part? Most doctors don't talk about it. They'll warn you about heart disease or high blood pressure, but rarely do they mention the muscles that help you get out of bed in the morning. That's why I decided to dig deeper to figure out what I could do to fight back. The good news? Muscle loss can be slowed down and in many cases reversed. But it takes the right knowledge and the right habits. And that's exactly what we're going to explore together. In the next part, I'll share the everyday routines used by superagers' habits that have helped people in their 70s and 80s move like they're decades younger. Because like I said before, it's never too late to reclaim your strength. As I kept learning, I stumbled upon something truly inspiring, something that changed how I looked at aging entirely. It was a group of older adults researchers call superagers. These men and women aren't just surviving into their 70s, 80s, and beyond, they're thriving. While most people their age struggle with weakness, fatigue, or a slow decline, superagers defy the odds. They have strength, energy, sharp minds, and an independence that rivals people decades younger. So, what makes superagers different? Is it just genetics? Pure luck? I used to think so. But the truth is, far more empowering, it's about habits. Superagers have built daily routines that challenge their bodies and stimulate their minds. They apply something called hormetic stress intentional, short bursts of good stress like cold exposure, sauna sessions, or high-intensity movement to activate their cells and keep aging at bay. These aren't extreme measures, they're simple, powerful tools that trigger repair and renewal inside the body. They're also very strategic with their nutrition. One habit that stood out to me was timing protein intake. Instead of just eating a little here and there, superagers consume high-quality protein like eggs, fish, or lean meats early in the day and after physical activity. This helps rebuild muscle and keep strength high. They're also careful with vitamin D, making sure they get enough either from sunlight or supplements. Low vitamin D isn't just about bone loss. It's connected to poor muscle function and a weakened immune system. Superagers stay on top of it. And most importantly, they never stop moving. But it's not about going to the gym for hours. Superagers do progressive resistance training, lifting just a little more over time, using their body weight or simple tools like resistance bands or light dumbbells. It's the consistent challenge that keeps their muscles young. When I discovered this, I thought, why didn't anyone teach us this before? These habits don't require youth, money, or perfect health. Just consistency and belief that you can get stronger, even now. If you're watching this and thinking, could I really become stronger at my age? Yes, you can. And in the next part, I'll show you exactly how to begin. Once I understood what made superagers so unique, I asked myself the most important question: what exactly can I do, starting now? The good news? You don't need to be an athlete or spend hours at the gym. These muscle-preserving habits are rooted in science and surprisingly doable. Let's start with the most critical one: progressive resistance training. This simply means gradually challenging your muscles a bit more over time. You can begin with bodyweight exercises like wall push-ups, chair squats, or stepping in place. Start small, just 10 minutes a day, 3 times a week. As your strength improves, increase the reps or add light dumbbells or resistance bands. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Next is timing your protein. As we age, our muscles don't respond to protein the same way they used to. That's why it's important to get at least 25-30 grams of high-quality protein per meal, especially after physical activity. Try starting your day with eggs and Greek yogurt, or have grilled chicken or salmon after a workout. A protein shake can also be a convenient option. Don't forget vitamin D. Your muscle cells need it to function well. Ask your doctor to check your levels. If you're low, spending 15-20 minutes in the sun daily, or taking a supplement usually around 1,000 IU per day, as advised by your healthcare provider, can make a huge difference in your energy and strength. One of the most fascinating habits is embracing hormetic stressors. This includes cold showers, hot baths, or even a brisk walk in cool weather. These small, controlled stressors signal your body to repair, adapt, and grow stronger. Start with just 30 seconds of cold water at the end of your shower. Yes, it's uncomfortable at first, but over time, it becomes invigorating. And lastly, move throughout the day. Even light movement, like stretching during commercials or walking after meals, can reduce inflammation and keep your body engaged. You don't have to do everything at once. Just pick one habit and try it for a week. That's how I began. And believe me, your future self will thank you. Next, I'll share exactly how I built a weekly routine that fits into my life without stress or overwhelm. I've always believed in common sense, but when it comes to aging, common sense alone isn't enough. I needed facts. I needed science I could trust. So I started digging, and what I found gave me real hope. One of the first terms I came across was sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass and strength. It's not just about weakness. Sarcopenia is closely linked to falls, frailty, loss of independence, and even early mortality. According to the National Institutes of Health NIH, we can lose 3% to 8% of our muscle mass per decade after age 30, and the rate speeds up after 60. But here's the breakthrough: it's not inevitable. Research from institutions like Harvard Medical School, the Mayo Clinic, and journals like the Journal of Gerontology consistently show that targeted lifestyle interventions, what I now call superager habits, can preserve and even rebuild muscle well into our 70s, 80s, and beyond. For example, studies published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition show that older adults who consume 25-30 grams of protein per meal have significantly better muscle retention. They don't just eat more, they eat smarter, spacing protein evenly throughout the day, and especially after exercise. Vitamin D also caught my attention. Low levels are directly linked to muscle weakness and increased fall risk. A meta-analysis in the BMJ British Medical Journal found that vitamin D supplementation reduced fall risk by 23% in older adults. It's simple, yet powerful. And let's not forget hormetic stressors. The science here is truly fascinating. Small doses of stress like cold exposure, heat, or resistance training activate genes linked to longevity and repair, such as AMPK and FOXO3. These pathways help the body adapt, grow stronger, and reduce inflammation, a key factor in age-related decline. When I saw these findings repeated across studies, I realized this wasn't hype. It was solid evidence. The habits I was building weren't based on fads, they were rooted in clinical science and validated by decades of research. If you've ever felt like it's too late, or I'm too old for this, I want you to know the science says otherwise. You can take charge of your muscle health, starting now, and you don't have to do it alone. Next, let me show you exactly how I built a routine based on these findings, something simple, sustainable, and life-changing. Margaret's journey is more than a story about aging. It's a powerful reminder that strength doesn't disappear with age. It evolves with intention. The science is clear. We can fight muscle loss, reclaim our vitality, and maintain independence well into our later years. Whether it's through strategic protein timing, getting out in the sun for that crucial dose of vitamin D, or embracing small stressors like strength training and cold exposure, every habit counts. These aren't just routines, they're acts of self-respect. When we take care of our bodies, we reclaim control over our future. Margaret is living proof that it's never too late to begin. And if she can do it, so can you. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What part of Margaret's story resonated with you the most? Do you have a personal tip or question about staying strong with age? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe to Senior Moments Matter, and join our growing community of strong, empowered older adults. Your best years aren't behind you, they're right now. Let's make them count.